with you 5 different ways of scraping data inside your Google Sheet in just few seconds. Out of these, 4 are Google Sheet functions and 1 is the custom code. A small snippet. Let's see how. So first of all, we have this website, which is Wikipedia, and over here we can see a list of different planets. And what I want to do is I want to scrape this particular table inside the Google Sheet. So the first thing what I'll do, I'll just create a new Google Sheet by typing sheet.new. This will create a new Google Sheet. And to do this, to scrape this table, we will be using the function called IMPORTHTML. Now to do that, we need to just visit this website, click on inspect element. Now the reason why I'm going inside this inspect element is because there are multiple tables inside this web page. So I need to know which particular table is this. Is it the number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4? Which one is it? So for that, I can use this small snippet of code which you can find inside the description. Just copy it and paste it over here and hit enter. Once you will hit enter, you can see all of these are listed over here. Now if I hover on all these tables, you can see this one gets highlighted when I hover on the 5th one, which means this table is at 5th position. So now what we will do is, once we know that this is the 5th number of table, we will go back to our Google Sheet, use this import.html function by calling it like this, is equals to import.html function. First parameter is the URL. So I'll copy this URL. It's a string, so I'll surround that with a double quotes. I'll type comma and then it asks for the query. So query is basically we want to get the table. The third parameter over here is the index, which is 5th. Now I'll just close this function and hit enter. And now within seconds, you are able to scrape all that table. So this is how you can use the function import HTML. Moving on to import data. Now import data basically helps us scrape CSV data. You can see this is the CSV data, and what I want is I want to import this CSV data inside my Google Sheet. So what I will do is I'll copy this. I am going to create a new sheet, is equals to import. This is import data, right? So inside that, I'll provide the URL and hit enter. Give it some time because this is a very long CSV file, and you can see all of these country name, country code, year values are sorted and here for you to use. Now, moving on to the next function, which is import feed. Import feed basically helps you to scrape RSS feed. Now, for example, there is a major of these websites, if they want to get indexed on Google, they usually create a sitemap, an RSS feed, so that Google can understand all these different links and all, which can be useful. So for example, NASA have this RSS feed for different things. So for example, they have an RSS feed for breaking news, image of the day, and education news and more. So I'm going to click on the images of the day, and this is the RSS feed. So what I'm going to do is copy the RSS, go inside here, I'm going to write is equals to, and then I'm going to write import feed. Once I write import feed, I just have to provide the URL, hit enter, and wait for a few seconds, and you can see we have all the data. Now we are going to see how we can use the function IMPORTXML to scrape the data from a website. So for this, we are going to scrape the data or these blogs from this website called thehackernews.com. Now to do that, we need one thing, which is this Chrome extension called Selector Gadget. For Selector Gadget, the link to download will be in the description. Now, the reason why we need this is because this IMPORTXML function requires two things. The first thing is the URL of the particular web page, and the second thing is the XPath. So what is XPath? XPath basically shows what exact element location is. So that helps to scrape that. Okay, so now if you know the code, you can just go to the inspect element, search through it, and right click and find it like that. But this is much easier if you use this add-on. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. I'll visit this website called thehackernews.com. I'll click on this particular, and then I'm going to click on the title. You can see all the title has been selected. Now I can just move myself. So total 9 has been selected. Now I can click on this XPath, copy that. I'm going to create a new sheet. This is the XPath. We need the URL, and now we can use this function called IMPORTXML and provide the URL, provide the XPath, and hit enter. After we provide that, the data will be there. Now you might be wondering, Sanskar, all these function works really great. Why do we need another way? So what happens is when I try to use these functions, for example, scrape something from LinkedIn. If you provide that, let me show you. So if I want to get the name of that particular person. So I'll use this XPath method, which we used in the IMPORTXML. I'll select this particular username. I'll copy the URL. I'll go over here. Let me create another sheet. I'll paste the URL here, and then I'm going to click on the XPath. Let me get myself out of here. Click on XPath, copy that, visit the Google Sheet again, paste the XPath, and then use the formula IMPORTXML. Provide the URL and provide the XPath. And if you wait for a second, you'll realize that it cannot fetch the URL. Same thing happens if you try to use like Twitter and other websites. So there are many websites which you cannot scrape with this method. So that's why I found a simple coding way. Don't worry, you don't have to know anything about coding for this. It's just a simple script. You just have to paste it and then do as we did for the XML way of using the XPath. So let me show you how. Now, let's say the same thing which you want to do. We want to scrape the username and the description, for example, this particular description, and let's say we also want to scrape some of the other information. I'll show you how to do the name and the description. You can do others as well, depending on your website, whatever you're using. I'm doing this for LinkedIn. You might be doing it for something else. So the first thing to do that is you need to use this piece of code. So this is a function. This is code. You don't have to worry about it. Basically what this does, it will get the element by providing that XPath which we were using for the import XML function. So we will just go do the right click, come over here to the console and paste this here. Once you do that, now you have the function which can use the same XPath which we were using for the import XML, but directly like inside the console. So you can just maybe you want to scrape the 10 things, 20 things, however you want, you can do that. So if I hit enter now over here, you can see the function is available. Now if I provide the XPath over here, so let's say I provide like that, and to get the XPath, I'm going to use the extension, click on that, click on the XPath, copy the XPath, click over here, paste and hit enter. So before I hit enter, I'm going to get the inner text. So that's how you can get the values. But yeah, I hope you find all these 5 ways helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.